Most people completely waste their long weekends. They fill them with errands, overbook their time, and somehow end up more tired by Sunday night than when they started. But if you approach it differently, a long weekend can feel like a full reset.
Welcome to the Cigar and Whiskey Podcast, where every episode takes you deeper into the stories, traditions, and flavors that make cigars and spirits unforgettable. So pour a glass, light a stick, and settle in.
It usually starts with good intentions. You've got a few extra days, so you tell yourself this is the weekend you're finally going to get caught up. A few errands, a couple things around the house, maybe even plans with friends. Nothing crazy, just productive. But then it starts to stack up. One thing turns into three turns into a full day, and suddenly your long weekend feels exactly like your regular week, just without the paycheck. And here's the part nobody really talks about. You keep telling yourself you'll relax later, once everything's done, once you've earned it. But later never really comes. You blink, it's Sunday night, and somehow you're heading into the next week feeling just as tired, maybe even more. Here's the shift. A long weekend isn't about getting more done. It's about doing things differently, slower, more intentionally. Because the moment you treat it like extra time to be productive, you've already lost it. A long weekend has a different rhythm. You don't feel it right away, but it's there. The mornings are quieter. The pace is lighter. There's no urgency pushing you from one thing to the next. And that's the opportunity most people miss. Instead of filling that space, you should protect it. You leave room in the day. You let things happen a little more naturally instead of trying to control every hour. I've done both. I've had long weekends where I packed everything in, tried to maximize every minute, and I've had weekends where I slowed it down and actually enjoyed it. And there's no comparison. Because once you lean into that slower pace, something changes. You stop chasing the weekend, and you start actually experiencing it. And this is where it starts to come together, not all at once, just in small moments. Maybe it's the morning, coffee in hand, stepping outside, and realizing there's absolutely nothing pressing you to get moving. No clock, no schedule, just quiet. And it takes a second to even get used to that. Or maybe it's later in the day. The grill's warming up, you've got a drink poured, and for once, you're not rushing through any of it. You're just there, which strangely feels like a bit of a luxury these days. And then there's the cigar. Not something you grabbed without thinking, but something you actually chose. You take your time lighting it. Maybe you toast it a little unevenly. Maybe it takes 2 tries. Nobody's grading you. That's kind of the beauty of it. You take a draw, take a sip, check on the grill, and for a while, everything just slows down to a pace that actually feels right. No multitasking, no bouncing between things, just being in it. No big moment, no big event. Just a few simple things done properly. Now, if you're going to do this properly, the pairing matters. Not in a complicated, overthinking kind of way. Just in a, this makes the whole experience better kind of way. For the cigar, I'd keep it smooth and reliable. Something like a Romeo y Julieta 1875 or an Arturo Fuente Gran Reserva. Both are easygoing, balanced, and perfect, whether you're sitting quietly or tending the grill. No surprises, no harsh edges. For the whiskey, this is where you match the mood. A Buffalo Trace bourbon is always a safe bet. A little sweetness, a bit of oak, nothing overpowering. Or if you want something slightly lighter, a Glenlivet 12 works beautifully. Smooth, clean, and easy to sip. And here's the key. Don't overthink it. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're not taking tasting notes like you're writing a review. You're just enjoying the combination. Take a sip, take a draw, let the flavors play off each other a bit, and that's it. If it tastes good and the moment feels right, you nailed it. Now let's talk about the food, because this is where people tend to overcomplicate things. A long weekend barbecue doesn't need to turn into a full production. Honestly, this is not the time to try that complicated recipe you saw online at midnight last Tuesday. Keep it simple. Burgers, sausages, or for this weekend, a nice ham works perfectly. If you're doing a ham, Just heat it low and slow, and don't rush it. It's already cooked, you're just bringing it up to temperature and adding flavor. Because the goal here isn't perfection, it's enjoyment. Get the grill hot, take your time, flip things when they need flipping, and don't stress if something comes off a little more well done than planned. It happens. You'll survive. And this is really what it comes down to. It's not about the cigar, or the whiskey, or even the food. Those are just the pieces that help create the moment. What actually matters is that you gave yourself permission to slow down, to not fill every hour, to not feel like you had to get something done the entire time. Because those weekends don't come around that often, and the older you get, the faster they seem to go. I've had long weekends where I barely remember what I did, and others where nothing big happened, but I remember exactly how they felt. And it's always the slower ones that stick with you. The ones where you took your time, enjoyed the moment, and didn't rush through it trying to get to the next thing. That's the difference. And once you feel it, you don't really want to go back. So this long weekend, try it a little differently. Slow it down, keep it simple, and actually enjoy it while it's happening. And if you do, you might find it's a whole different kind of weekend. If you enjoyed this, there's more like it. Full breakdowns, pairings, and ideas waiting for you. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for listening to the Cigar and Whiskey Podcast. Subscribe and share with a fellow aficionado, and keep the journey going at cigarandwhiskeyguide.com, where every puff and pour has a story.